can't be that bad. Oh, it 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 can't be that bad.
Get into it.
All right, so let's just get into it.
Let's do it.
Baddies, welcome to another episode of ICBTB Podcast, also known as It Can't Be That Bad.
No, it can't.
I have Greg Reasoner and Kate Pursley here.
Yeah.
Two individuals that I did improv with for many, many years in the past.
So many years.
And now we're going to talk about a bunch of
10
classic
years.
slashers.
10 years.
How long have we known each other?
We've known each other.
I was 19 when I met you both. And now I'm 28. So it's almost 10
No,
years.
I met you when you were in high school.
Well, yeah, but like we've been doing improv since I was 19.
That's true.
Interesting. Oh, and that means I was 21.
We've known each other for 10 years.
Yeah,
I would say 10 years. This is our 10-year reunion, guys.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
I don't
Huzzah.
want to go to my real 10 years. Sorry.
All right, you guys ready to get into this?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So, baddies, today we are doing a horror movie bracket slasher edition, a classic slasher edition. I gave each of you a list of 8 of the most classic slashers around the same time period. They're all probably like, I think the earliest one is in the 70s, and the latest one is like 1998.
Okay, let's go.
So I put in a random bracket maker.
What are the 8?
The 8 movies are Friday the 13th,
Okay.
Nightmare on Elm Street,
Yeah. Love
Texas
Nightmare.
Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh.
So good. So good. Child's Play, It, Hellraiser, Halloween, and Scream.
Now, I feel like you should set these up like they do in playoffs according to like Rotten Tomatoes. And so the highest scoring one should go against the lowest scoring one.
Whoa.
And then the second highest goes against the second lowest and all the way down till the two middles.
Okay, my favorite are Nightmare on Elm Street.
You're giving it away.
You're just going into
You're not
it.
supposed to give it away yet.
Why not?
No, we're doing a tournament.
No, it's a bracket. You can't just give us what your
Sports.
opinion is.
Boo.
Ripping
Why
fat
not?
brackets.
Some of them might be like X'd out.
I already
wouldn't
know
say
what your
it.
favorite is, and the
you?
rest of the listeners, based off how you reacted.
Hold on, wait, this was going to be the show. My favorites are da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All right, baddies, that was it right there.
That was the episode. I don't care what Greg and Christian have to say. Those are my picks, and if you think otherwise, fuck off.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm
Kate
sorry. What?
out.
Kate out. Why is it so wrong to say what my favorites are, even if they get eliminated? There are 3 of us. It's 1 of me against 2 of you. So why should this be a problem?
Well, no, it's a bracket, so it's
What does that mean?
it's set up like a tournament, so you got like 2 movies that are battling against
You know
each
what a
other.
bracket is, right?
All right. Yes, I know what a bracket is.
Because
Okay.
it doesn't sound like you know what a bracket is.
It kind of doesn't, but I just am like, wait a second. No, my brain is fine. We've come to the conclusion.
She's a theater
we're
person.
at. It's okay. Yeah, don't trust me.
I trust you nonetheless.
All right, let's go. Brackets.
All right.
I know what my 2 fav are.
The first 2 that are going to go head to head in this motherfucking bracket.
I want
is-
like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I could try my best to edit that in.
Okay.
Future Christian, listen to that. Friday the 13th versus Nightmare on Elm Street. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
So this is the typical Freddy versus Jason type of...
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Nightmare on Elm Street. 1010%.
What are your justifications?
My justifications for Nightmare on Elm Street is that 1, the killer doesn't give, like, they both don't give a shit about who they're killing, but I feel like on Nightmare on Elm Street, he really fucking doesn't. He just wants to kill.
He really doesn't.
And there's no good ending to Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, people get
You're
like my
right.
favorite part about the movie when I first watched it was that the lady got sucked into the house afterwards and her legs are flailing and she's like, "Ah!"
they're just rag dolls. They get sucked in through the door.
Yes, I was like, that's hilarious.
It's so funny.
amazing. 10 out of 10. Nightmare on Elm Street is also good because it's like this. The main character, Freddy Krueger, is an awful person.
Yeah.
Main character?
Not main character,
antagonist.
main antagonist.
This
Thank
movie's
you.
about Fred Krueger.
He's
He's
his
misunderstood.
life. Yeah. No, like what I love about Freddy Krueger as the antagonist is that he is very much, you know, he does what he wants. He goes into people's nightmares. He kills who he wants regardless. And no matter what, he's still the bad guy. And the background of him, he's still the bad guy. There's no give for him. There's no, he had a hard life. Be
Now,
sad for him.
To play devil's advocate, do we like it when villains have a sympathetic background?
So tired of that.
Right.
I'm
so we're tired
of it.
Because like Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th, we feel bad for him because he was just a really ugly child.
Let's also identify this. Friday the 13th, Jason is not the killer. Jason only kills one person at the very end.
Mama Voorhees.
It's Mama Voorhees.
She's the killer.
So what we're looking at here is we're looking at a conceptual horror movie of this thing invades your dreams and kills you.
Yeah.
Versus a revenge plot.
Yeah.
This is a mother who's seeking revenge against neglectful teenagers who are just horny and don't care about the safety of campers.
They're so horny.
Also, objectively speaking, Friday the 13th is kind of a bad movie.
Yeah.
If you guys watch it again, it's really boring.
I forgot it, honestly, when you were like,
you don't need to remember it.
I don't need to remember it. It was like, I remember the sex scene at the beginning, which I was like, okay, campers, sex scene.
So gross.
So gross. I don't like to see
gross.
people fucking a barn house.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. Why would you do that there?
But
it's unsanitary.
It was like, okay, we have a sex scene, automatically cool. And then what? They get killed.
Yeah.
But
Kevin Bacon's in Friday the 13th.
Kevin Bacon is
which I
in
completely
Friday the
forgot.
13th.
Hell yeah, he is.
Oh my God. I love Kevin Bacon.
I mean, if there's some shout outs that I have to give to Friday the 13th,
Kevin
which I
Bacon.
think is going to lose in this bracket, is that Paul Savini? Is that his name? The guy, he's like infamous for a bunch of practical special effects. He did like, he's in From Dusk Till Dawn.
I love From
so
Dusk Till Dawn.
Good.
I love From Dusk Till Dawn.
I will eventually review that on this podcast.
Okay, we got it because I will do it with you. I love Salma Hayek in that movie.
She got some honky honkers up on that thing.
Oh my God. That's
sorry,
how
Greg.
I know I'm bisexual.
It's okay.
Anyway,
Salma Hayek is how I know I'm bisexual.
from that movie specifically.
That movie alone.
Did you ever see the
honestly-
movie she did with Penelope Cruz?
No.
Selma Hayek and Penelope Cruz in
I
one movie at the
would
same
implode.
time. Right? I haven't seen it for the same reason.
Because I want to just
Penelope Cruz.
keep my sanity.
Penelope Cruz.
Penelope Cruz looks like Salma Hayek's cousin. Anyway, let's get back to it. What
So,
are we thinking?
Okay, now here's the thing. I think Nightmare on Elm Street is gonna win. I
Yeah,
think between the
obviously,
two
no duh.
movies, hang on there, Wednesday. I think between the two movies, Nightmare on Elm Street is the more iconic one. However, I feel like Friday the 13th was a more true passion project and less of a let's do this the senseless slasher film.
Interesting. Okay, let's talk about it. Like, what are some specific examples as to why?
Well, I mean, so like where you guys might believe that this is like a boring film, as I feel like it's moody. I feel like it's sort of setting the scene out in the hills, out in the forest and whatnot, and sort of creating that feeling of solitude.
Oh, okay.
And so you've got nowhere to run. You are in the woods.
I mean, it did something right in the sense that it created one of the biggest horror franchises, which I think is longer running than Nightmare on Elm Street, or has more installments, if anything, than that. I think it did execute the POV type of voyeur slasher film pretty well, but I was still bored. I'm gonna listen to my gut.
It's an old movie from the 70s,
Here's
and not everybody can
why.
handle that.
I love old movies from 70s.
Here's why I think that Nightmare on Elm Street owns Friday the 13th. Because, yeah, there were a lot of remakes of Nightmare on Elm Street, or Friday the 13th, I should say. But Nightmare on Elm Street, like, everyone's captured by Freddy. Like, that shit stays in your head. And I liked it so much. And I hated it as a horror film. I loved it as like low-key a horror comedy film because like now that we're getting older and media has changed and film has changed and things have gotten scarier, I feel like Nightmare on Elm Street was such a good twist. Like it wasn't like you wanted people to survive. You always want someone to survive. No one survived. Like, and I love that Johnny Depp was just like captured in the bed in blood. Like,
One of the most famous scenes
Yeah.
in horror
no
cinema.
one survives. I
Forgot
don't
that-
want people to survive.
I forgot that Johnny Depp was in that movie to begin with. That's crazy.
Right?
I did. So
Right?
if it's down between the actual antagonists of Freddy Krueger versus Mama Voorhees, Freddy Krueger easily wins.
Yeah.
Because she's just an old lady.
Except you're fake, Greg. You keep saying like, I get it. Do you?
I do get
I
it.
think he
You're
gets it.
arguing.
But I'm going down swinging.
All right.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Wait. So if you
Someone's got to fight for this film.
Absolutely.
are you fighting for it because we are obviously biased?
I love
Yeah, I actually
Nightmare on
fucking hate that
Elm
movie.
Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. Because the concept is incredible. You
No,
can't
no.
escape sleep.
You
could choose to
can't.
not be a camp counselor.
Yeah.
And you could choose to not be horny in
You
a.
can choose to not
fucking camp.
fuck in a like fucking cabin.
That would not happen at a
of
Christian camp.
No,
No, but see,
never.
this is what I'm talking about.
Whoa,
This is
you don't know that.
this is a I have a force field. You can't get me. What's the name of
Hot
this
lava, hot
game?
lava.
I win.
What?
What's the name of this game? I win. I am the best. I win. I do everything I want. I'm gonna kill everybody because you all have to fall asleep.
Oh, okay.
Whereas, excuse me. Friday the 13th, there is a chance of survival, but it's their choices. It's their choices that undo them.
But there
Yeah.
is a chance of survival.
But that's what I like about Freddy Krueger is
Right.
that there is zero chance. No one survives.
No, see, that's our difference.
That's what I love.
You like that there's
because
no chance.
there's always people surviving in goddamn horror
No,
movies.
there's a lower chance. That's not a 0% chance because let's talk about it. Hypothetically
Yeah.
speaking, if us three were being hunted by Freddy Krueger,
I'd
just
accept
take
my
shifts. We just take shifts.
Oh,
You
that's
go to
true.
sleep for however long. Once you start feeling uncomfortable or you start flailing around, I wake you up.
Yeah.
You wake up, you got some, you're
Yeah.
obviously awake at this point. I go to sleep. And then, or Kate and I both go to sleep and
I
you're on
talk in my
awake duty.
sleep too.
So it's even easier
So
to
I'd
wake
be like, fucking, Freddy
He's here,
Krueger,
he's here.
he's here. And you'd be like, Kate, fucking wake up. And I'd be like, oh,
You would have to have
okay.
3 people. Couldn't be 2 people.
No, 2
No.
people's tough.
Don't worry, I'm watching you.
Then you knock out. We need
Yeah.
a third person.
Yeah.
Unless all of us are equally as sleepy, then that's
I
gonna
mean, I'm always sleepy. I'm sleepy right now, so that's a little.
suck.
Okay, so let's move on then. Okay, I say I concede
All right.
for Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah!
Yes.
Nightmare
All
on
right,
Elm Street.
Freddie, you win this one.
Freddie!
Freddy beats Jason's mom.
Yeah.
The next pair.
Jason's mom.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mama Voorhees. All right, the next pair going up is, and try not to squeal so loud, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh my fucking god! It's so good! It's so good! And Child's Play.
No way. I haven't even watched Child's Play, and I'm sorry, Texas could take Child's Play. Chucky's one goddamn murderer against, like, that
Yeah.
guy's whole fucking family.
Chucky is...
I could get into it. Let's go. Go on with Chucky, and then I'll get into Texas.
Rewatching it for the first time in a while, I forgot that it's some like serial killer's blood that bleeds into the microchip. Some serial killer who made a pact with the devil or something. And
Some convoluted
yeah,
origin story, yeah.
and he hides into this like a little toy factory. He hides from a cop or something, and then he dies there, and then he bleeds into a microchip of a Chucky doll. What's the name of the doll? Does anyone remember the name of the?
It was like My Buddy. It's not My Buddy, but it was like the actual toy My Buddy.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
My Pal or whatever.
Was Chucky
pal
the first
Chucky.
one to bring about the evil doll type of thing? I think that's why it was famous, right? No one had ever really thought about
no
it.
one. Well,
Ooh.
I'm not sure. I should have done research before this, but I didn't, and I don't care now.
Because we all know that Leatherface is gonna
I mean,
win this.
I mean,
Like,
there
come
are things that
on.
have done similar stuff, like Robert Louis Stevenson. He wrote a book called The Bottled Imp. This is the guy who wrote Treasure Island.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Scottish dude back in the 1800s. I mean, it's not the same concept, but there's an evil figure, a
Okay.
little thing, and it's causing the demises of others.
All
I
right.
definitely think that haunted dolls has been a thing for quite some time.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause I'm
it's
thinking,
not
like-
just
But in popular culture,
Yeah.
did anybody precede
movies.
Chucky?
No,
I don't think so. Because after that, I think there's like Puppet Master. If any of you guys have seen Puppet Master, which is like also a horror.
I think I walked in on some of that a long time ago when I was a child.
It's a little scary. I mean, but it's also kind of funny, and they're kind of cute. But
Yeah.
just like haunted puppets. And there's also Pinocchio's Revenge, which is just an evil twist on Pinocchio getting revenge.
So are we trying to figure out what is the better movie?
Yeah.
What is
all
our
factors
gonna
are at
win?
play.
or is like what is our personal favorite over?
I think that personally, like, let's say Chucky versus Texas Chainsaw Massacre family, Leatherface and his family, Leatherface would win.
Well, no.
Yes.
So my question is this like our personal, like, I
Both.
personally love this, or I think this is a better movie?
Both.
Yeah?
Both.
Well, okay, because I'm in different camps then.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, I want to hear your.
okay.
I think Texas
camps.
Chainsaw Massacre is a better movie.
Yeah.
But I would rather watch Chucky.
Whoa,
do tell.
Why?
Chucky's fun.
Chucky's fun.
I love
Texas Chainsaw
Texas
Massacre is
Chain-
fun.
I'm a
Fucking love
fraidy
Tan-
cat.
Oh my
It's-
god, I'm
dude,
not. I love Texas.
But you're able to handle Child's Play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you remember when we watched Halloween together
Yeah.
years ago?
Yeah.
I was flying up and
It's
down.
crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised that you're
Man.
startled by these slasher flicks. Like,
Texas. I could not get over Texas.
because
I
Texas Chainsaw
watched-
Massacre, it's a really
It's so good.
On
Here's
such a
why.
low budget,
Here's
too.
why. Here's why. I've never watched Chucky. I'm gonna be real, but what I love about Texas is that everyone's gonna die, obviously. But what I loved about it was that piece by piece, as people died, and you were left with the main protagonist. He's the woman, and she's like, "You're fucking expecting her to die." The whole time I was like, she's gonna die.
and
And she fucking does it.
she survives.
She gets out of there. And she
So
gets
many
in a
famous
fucking...
scenes.
Okay, but so you making the same point I made with the last round,
Yeah.
where you said with Chucky, it's like great production and cool concept,
Yeah.
but this older, low budget movie had
Way
more
better.
spirit to it.
Yes.
And that's how I felt about Friday the 13th
Yeah,
versus
absolutely.
There's so many different
Nightmare on
ways
Elm
these
Street.
can win. It does really come
Texas
down to our.
Chainsaw wins. I'm sorry.
We didn't vote on it yet. We didn't vote on
This
it
is
yet.
Kate's playing by Freddy Krueger rules.
Well,
I
before-
win.
I win.
Before Child's Play ends, or before it ends its streak
Somebody
here,
defend Child's Play.
it
for
fucked me up as a
fuck's
kid.
sake.
You know, the
Child's
idea
Play?
of it. Child's
Yeah.
Play did fuck me up as a kid. Every single Halloween store that had that as a mask. There was a specific
Yeah.
time where my brother took the mask from like a spirit store, shoved it in my face. I covered my eyes so hard I broke the wireframe glasses on my face.
Oh my god,
And it
this
messed
is
me
awful.
up until I rewatched it later, and I was like, "This is not that bad."
No.
You know, there's some very laughable moments. It's
Yeah.
very terrifying because you can't.
It's a fun horror movie.
It's fun. It is very fun.
It's a fun one to watch.
It's fun.
Texas, I watched it once and I'm good.
That's the point.
Yeah. What was your experience like watching?
I would
a
watch it
masterpiece?
again.
A masterpiece.
What was it like
It's
watching
horrifying.
God?
And I was like, I'm never watching this shit again.
With almost doing nothing, like with having a low
Amazing,
budget.
low budget, and they killed it.
The first time we see Leatherface is one of my favorite moments in history because
One of your favorite moments in history.
in
Period.
history,
Not in film history.
Period.
In history.
in history, I don't care about our
Period.
technological advances. I don't care about society being
The
built as a
liberations
whole.
of people.
I don't care about the
No.
states being
Good.
founded. I care about Leatherface,
Leatherface.
popping up for the first time
Period.
on screen in 1970 or 74 or some shit like that. He pops out. Homeboy runs into the house. Leatherface opens his door, just hits him with a hammer, pulls his body in, and closes the door.
Yeah.
And there's no other context.
Period. Or when that girl gets
Period,
put
dude.
on the hook.
Is that your reaction?
But think about it, Greg. Think about it, Greg. Like this was
I don't want to.
what is it, 70s?
Yeah.
74.
74. And that's your reaction to it still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Not many horror films from the 70s
I will-
or 60s or even 80s and 90s you can have that reaction to it.
I know, and I will
still.
reiterate what I said before. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a better movie.
Yeah.
But I would personally
plot-wise,
rather watch
ooh.
Child's Play.
So who are you
No
picking right now?
way.
I'm going to pick Child's Play.
I'm gonna play. I'm Texas always.
Well, Greg,
always.
You're gonna fucking burn in the fires because
Yeah,
it's for sure
burn
Texas
in hell,
Chainsaw
bitch.
Massacre.
It's Texas
It's
Chainsaw
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Ah! Also, very biased because I've been playing the survival video game lately.
Oh my god.
It is so good, and I keep saying it on this podcast, but if you haven't played that on any console or PC,
Yeah.
play it. It is incredible. So Texas moves on to the next round.
I will take a victory that a 70s movie has moved on.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Now that I'm older, it doesn't matter that a movie is older, but sometimes they're done well. And I just got to say, Friday the 13th is still boring.
Friday the 13th is so.
Yeah, it's just some
I
dude.
don't remember it.
Or it's Mama Voorhees super horny watching these people fuck, and it goes,
Yes.
and she's there.
Fucking iconic. But
No,
that actually,
it's
that's not, wait, no.
because you're like
That's Halloween.
I'm so sorry. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Which we will get to.
Okay.
That is my fault.
okay, let's go.
What's the noise? What's the background noise?
I'm
in
down for
Friday the 13th?
Texas.
Oh, I can't remember.
Let's go. I'll defend Texas.
Next, we have It, and we'll focus more on the first.
So
It.
the original one
Original
from
TV movie.
Tim
the
Curry.
TV movie. Okay.
Yes. Tim Curry's It.
And the first
Okay.
one, part one.
Part 1. Oh, well,
Kid
either
years.
or.
Well,
kid years.
part 1, part 2 is like the same thing. They just had to split it up
The
because
2 VHSs. Because
Part
They
one is
couldn't-
way scarier than part
Okay,
two.
I will
Will
argue.
always
Here's the thing with it.
Do you guys want to hear what
Wait,
it's going
yeah,
up
what is it
against
going up
first?
against?
Go on.
What is it going up
Kate,
against?
why are you so mad? Why are you so mad?
I'm not.
It's going up against Hellraiser,
Oh shit!
which I think is a
Okay.
pretty decent matchup.
Fuck.
Okay, hold on. Before we start talking about that, I have to admit,
Hmm.
I don't think I've actually seen Hellraiser.
It's so good.
It's pretty good.
Tell me about it and see if it beats
okay,
it.
Okay, let's give a synopsis. So basically, this dude who's hot, finds this.
You think he's hot?
Yeah.
Now, would I find him hot?
Have you seen his fingernails?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to talk about
The
that.
very first scene, he hands a wad of cash to this Asian guy.
and he has really gnarly dirt under his fingernails, but
And
he's a hot babe.
And
So
you
it's
know,
like a hot person with
He's
gross
a
hands.
hot babe with gross hands. Fucking just get a nail pick.
Just smoldering.
Gets it-
Just-
gets
it's
his-
surprising the heat doesn't just cook the dirt right out
Oh,
from under those
Amen
nails.
to that. Ooh. Anyway.
my God.
He's sultry. He passes that cash
it's dirty
over.
cash, and you know he didn't wash his hands afterwards.
It's dirty cash.
No, my God, Kate! I kind of just want to make Hellraiser lose now.
Next scene.
Next scene. Okay,
So he passes cash to this
We're still in the
fucking
first scene.
random dude, and the guy gives him a box. It's a little box, and it has like puzzle pieces on it. Like you're like, that's a weird box.
Mystery guy hands
Yeah.
box to hot guy.
Yeah.
yeah,
And you're like, all right, fine.
Do I find the box hot?
the box is
Yeah,
actually incredible. It's something.
lit.
It's like a
It's
relic,
lit.
an ancient
It's
relic.
a relic, and it has cool runes on it, and
Oh, I
you're
love
like,
history.
oh shit, okay.
We're gonna have to give
It's
a faster
hot guy with a
synopsis.
hot box.
Watch your head.
Did you hit
No,
your head?
I can't.
No.
I won't watch my
I
head.
can't.
I won't watch my head.
No, it's a hot guy with a hot box.
Okay. Anyway, hot guy brings box home, plays with
Yeah.
box,
How does
dies.
he play with the... Oh, no.
Because he twists it, it reconforms.
So basically, like the premise of it is that he like opens a portal to another realm, and that's where Hellraiser is. A guy with like needles in his head.
Pointy
Hellraiser
face.
is not
No,
Hellraiser. Hellraiser
No.
is Pinhead, is what she means.
Pinhead.
What's the plot of
The
this
plot
movie?
of it is that the box should not be opened, and that if you open it, you will be tortured by Hellraiser and the like what Pinhead and the rest of his gang.
You gotta watch the movie.
You have to watch
It.
the movie.
I'm voting for it.
Okay,
Okay,
but like
kids
for
on
real,
bikes.
It, because this is too complicated. It's too complicated. Like I watched it and I liked it, but like the problem with Hellraiser for me was that I was like, okay.
Hellraiser. Let's talk about it in pros and cons.
Yeah.
Hellraiser has extremely wonderful practical effects for a movie that came
It
out at that time.
does.
Oh,
It
okay.
does.
The practical effects are great.
10 out of 10, I would watch again.
I wouldn't watch it while eating a meal, though.
No.
It's very gross.
It pulls apart flesh. Like, people get hooked and shit at the beginning of the movie.
Let's talk about
And- yeah.
it, though. So Tim Curry is still really fantastic in this. It's very scary.
Yeah.
How many times have you watched it since?
I have only seen it when I was a child,
Oh.
but I would totally rewatch it. Just, It's not like I'm too scared to rewatch this one. It was just never got around to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love kids on bikes.
What do you mean?
Anything kids on bikes.
Like Stranger Things
Yeah.
or
kids
E.T.
on bikes.
Mhm.
It's because you
or
grew up when you
Super
were
8.
on a bike.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's a good
that
one.
was me.
Yeah.
In Vallejo, riding
Yeah.
a bike with my friends
Okay.
before Mare Island closed, so
Yeah.
Vallejo wasn't as sketchy. Yeah, and just having adventures.
Also, what is it? It's a spider, right?
No, so basically with Stephen King, he has this universe.
Esteban Rey.
It's-
Great.
So with Stephen King, he has like a universe going
The
with
Dark Tower universe.
Yes, exactly. You know,
They almost made a cinematic
Greg,
universe out of it.
But Dark Tower
Greg, they
didn't do
should've.
well.
They should.
And they even connected Dark Tower and It.
You know a lot about Stephen King novels, yet you don't like.
Cut
Are
to
you
Greg.
good with like reading scary books as opposed to watching
Sometimes.
scary movies?
So I personally, I prefer
Yeah.
suspense over gore.
Have you read The Shining?
I haven't.
I haven't either, but I've been told I need to.
I want to, but
Because
I saw
Stephen-
Joey Tribbiani put it in the freezer because he was so scared.
Does he actually do that in the show?
Yeah, he does. Why is this book in the freezer? It's so scary. Yeah. Personal preferences is suspense over gore.
Yeah.
I feel like the gore is a last resort to get sort of results out of the audience, whereas like you can spend a bunch of money and time building the practical effects for a head falling off and the blood splurting out.
Yeah.
Or if you shoot it right and you get the right mood, just panning towards a door can freak out the audience.
Yeah. With the right music and whatnot.
Or the slight sound you hear behind it, something gibbering behind there that you're like, what the fuck is that?
I will say, in that sense, it probably wins, and I'm gonna be choosing it over Hellraiser. It's more of a tentpole in my life.
Yeah, it.
It.
And it's it. What are you choosing?
It.
It.
So it moves on to the next round.
Is that the first one that's won completely?
That's the first unanimous vote. So next we have Halloween
Versus.
Scream.
If this bracket was laid out differently, this could have been the championship round, I predict.
What do you mean by that?
Like Halloween and Scream.
Yeah. You're right. Are these two of your favorites on this bracket
I
right
think
now?
these are not just like two of my personal favorites, but these are two of the best made movies in the smorgasbord.
I mean, it is kind of incredible that these were randomized to go against each other this early. And I think we got to talk about it.
This is
because
why you should have done the Rotten Tomatoes lineup I told you.
you should have texted me this so I could have
should
prepped
have.
it way earlier.
I'm mad at myself.
Okay.
This
Like we got like a couple movies where it's like whatever, but these two,
we got two movies that are like Friday the 13th for sure, whatever film.
Yeah.
Child's Play could be whatever, but Halloween and Scream. So Halloween, arguably
the best.
the best.
I'm gonna fight for this one.
Why is it arguably the best?
Yeah,
It is.
tell us.
It is the quintessential slasher movie.
Both?
It is the slasher movie that Halloween. It is the
Okay.
slasher movie that all slasher movies attempt to be.
It is a template for a lot of the slasher
Absolutely.
films. And then Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jane.
Was this her first one?
It was early in her career,
And
Yeah.
but it was definitely her first Halloween movie.
what's your favorite part about this movie?
You know, it's the constant suspense.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
all of the fake outs.
I think they did
Yeah.
it well. I think the acting was really good for the time that the acting was really
Yeah.
bad.
and
And
the low budget.
yes.
It's an older movie. Had plenty to work against it.
And the vibe is nice. The vibe is actually really the fall leaves.
Mm-hmm.
like just kind of wrestling around.
You're just POVing up those stairs, and you hear your older sister and her boyfriend hooking up, and you, the viewer, have the knife and are stabbing them.
That's freaky as fuck.
You, the viewer, are committing this.
And
then it's a child. It's revealed that it's a child.
Heartbreaking.
Dressed as a clown.
The mask was William Shatner's mask, right? It was just
it was a Star Trek mask of William Shatner's face painted white.
So good.
So simple and still iconic.
In comparison to a lot of like overly done scary villains, that was scary because it was basically nothing.
He was Frankenstein. Or not Frankenstein. He was the monster. Because Frankenstein's the doctor.
Yeah.
But he was the monster from Frankenstein, where he was just this giant, lumbering creature. Not even a man anymore. No emotions. And no matter what you did, you couldn't keep him down.
He was one of the first villains to... You see him walk slow. We never see Michael Myers run.
You don't need to.
No.
But he pops up everywhere that you are.
Built. Ready to run. Looking great.
He is towering. This guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I can run.
I remember liking this film a lot because a lot of the times in movies you scream like, don't go in there, don't do this, don't do that. But Jamie Lee Curtis played a great final girl.
Yeah.
I think
she fucking survives. God damn it.
She's a fighter.
She survives up until 2023, whenever the last installment came out.
She's like, I'm still here.
I don't think she died. I don't know. I haven't seen the latest one.
Yeah.
She could still be alive.
I don't know.
Seems like she survives everything. So, okay, let's talk about Scream. I watched Scream for this bracket for the first time.
What?
No. I'm sorry. Let me finish my sentence.
What?
For the first time. Did you burp at the same time?
That was
Every
amazing.
episode.
That's incredible.
That was amazing.
You could burp while saying that's incredible.
Have you never seen Meatballs?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, Christian, cut in a clip of Bill Murray saying, "Oh, really?" while burping from Meatballs.
Really?
It was my first time watching this in over 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I forgot how good it was.
Scream.
Drew Barrymore in
She
one of the
dies
most
so
infamous
quickly.
scenes. It's so good.
It's so good.
And it's so of the time. Answering your
oh
landline
my
to any
God,
strangers.
when he's like, and he's like, corn syrup.
Yeah.
Oh!
They're like flirting for a little bit in the beginning of the film. I didn't
Yeah.
realize
At the
that.
end, when he reveals to himself,
Was a
Oh,
horny.
you're talking about at the end.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, the flirts happen because it's a horny teenager.
It was. Drew Barrymore lied about having a boyfriend.
Well, no, but I'm saying, like,
Did she?
the murderer were horny teenagers.
Yeah, they kind of were. Huh?
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
Stu, Matthew Lillard, who
Yeah.
is incredible. I love him.
Yep.
Uh,
Shaggy?
And I forgot after all these years that there were two killers.
yeah.
Spoiler.
I mean, if you haven't seen Scream now.
It's such a... See, this is what I love about Scream is it's a murder mystery.
Yeah.
I'm watching this movie going, okay...
What's
Wait,
happening?
Which one of these people could have done it? And as I'm watching it, the first time I saw it, I think I was in middle or high school, and I didn't finish it because I was at a party and there were girls there.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
You're distracted.
Yeah. But the second time I watched it was just a couple years ago, and I'm watching it trying to I'm like, okay, I'm actually going to solve this mystery, and I think I put it together.
Because I'm sure you thought at first, okay, it might be Matthew Lillard.
But what a great
Yeah.
twist.
Right? Because we always see Matthew Lillard be like, okay, peace out, I gotta go. And that's when
Yeah.
Ghostface
Yeah.
shows up.
Ghostface
Killer shows up. That's when he shows up.
Oh my God, have you guys ever listened to 12 Reasons to Die by Ghostface Killer? Such a great album.
I've
no.
not, but Ghostface Killer is
Have
dope.
you heard of that album though?
Yes.
Adrian Young is the producer on it. He does a lot of great soul music.
Uh-huh.
Check that out.
So it's just a perfect blend, right?
Oh, it's so good.
Okay.
It's based on like an Italian horror movie, but that's it. We'll stop talking about that.
Okay, we're done.
So with Scream, we all thought it was Matthew Lillard for the longest time, especially
Yeah.
like when the boyfriend gets sent to
Not
he's in
Johnny
jail.
Depp.
Not Johnny Depp. Fake Johnny Depp
Yeah.
gets
That's
sent to.
not the same movie.
He gets he gets arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, it can't be him because now the killer's calling Neve Campbell
Yeah.
this entire time. Neve Campbell, by the way, gorgeous, absolutely. I forgot how beautiful that woman was. But you're right, it was a murder mystery, and they throw us off. They throw us off our scent. It's not until the very end. It's like, and we think that the boyfriend dies, but he's still alive, and they're
still alive.
psychotic.
And you know who else survives? Jamie Kennedy.
I thought he died. I thought he was gonna die. Jamie
Yeah.
Kennedy was an incredible addition to that movie.
Okay, what's the freakiest scene from that movie for you guys?
When the person gets caught in the garage.
Oh,
The
yeah.
garage door. Like, they're dead in the garage door. I'm like, oh my God.
Tatum, I believe, is the best friend.
Yes. And they get caught in the garage door.
That one's. I mean, that's her fault for having to try to crawl through a cat door.
Stop it.
She shouldn't have done it. She shouldn't have done
What's
it.
your freakiest moment?
Enough.
I think one of the most demented moments is when they were stabbing each other.
That's it. That for me,
one of the
that
best
moment freaks me out.
Because-
It's so no too much, man.
Oh man, you got me too deep, dude.
Oh, my
I think
God.
I'm dying, dude.
Yeah. I
that
would agree.
scene like makes me
Yeah.
so
I would
uncomfortable.
agree.
It's so realistic, though. I mean,
You're
I
like,
get it.
Why?
Oh, ugh.
Oh God, and they really think they don't have a reason to do this.
No.
They always say there's always
a reason.
an underlying reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't. And she says, you're crazy. And he says, we'd prefer psychotic.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is
that's not
such a
any
good
better.
line.
Ugh.
Yeah. So that movie, I think the reason why it's so good is they are unashamedly pulling from the other slasher movies that came before them.
Mm-hmm.
They're going like, yes, we absolutely are taking from, all that came before. And they're not hiding it.
Yeah.
And almost doing like a parody murder mystery, but still scary.
It's so, like you said, they know it and they reference all of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I remembered that it's Mama Voorhees that is the killer.
Yes,
In
because
Friday the
of
13th.
Scream.
Because it's in the first 5 minutes of Scream.
Yeah.
They play a game. And Jamie Kennedy's a movie buff. And he's referencing the rules of a horror movie. He
Never
says,
say you'll be right back.
Never say you'll be right back. Virgins never die. So don't go out fucking, right? And shit like that. And it was so good. David Arquette
Yeah.
and Courtney Cox Arquette at the time. Were they married during that?
I think they met on the set.
Oh, that's interesting.
You did the ghost face.
Because someone as
Oh.
appealing as Monica Geller, to go with such a dork like David Arquette, I mean,
What can I say? He makes me laugh.
he makes me laugh. When I first watched it, gave me hope. I was like, that's
That's how you do it.
what personality does. Okay, so between those two, Halloween being a classic, right? Doing a lot with a little, or Scream taking a new
The homage.
homage to slasher flicks. What are we choosing?
Scream.
Halloween.
I guess I'm the tiebreaker because that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. You're right. This should have been at the end. This
Yeah.
really
I
should
told
have
you,
been at
man.
the end. I'm sorry. It was a randomizer, guys. So
It's okay.
Just don't fuck up.
there's a lot of pressure. Why was I the last one to
You
choose?
said, no, there's not going to be any tiebreakers because it's going to be the three of us.
But Halloween was so good. Halloween was so good.
It is the best one. It is so well made and so rewatchable,
Yeah.
but also not disgusting.
Yeah, without it being a gore fest. And Scream wasn't necessarily a gore fest.
No.
It was tasteful. We see some gut.
But Scream would not exist without Halloween.
And with that
Yeah.
being said, Greg, you have swayed me to your side. I'm going to go ahead with Halloween. Halloween moves on in this round. Now we could move on. Now we're familiar with every single movie in this bracket.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Nightmare on Elm Street versus Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas.
I'm gonna have to go with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Having watched both of them very recently, what say you?
Texas.
I mean, that's it right there. You guys already
Texas.
voted
Do you
for
need
it.
to justify it? I mean,
Yeah.
you could still
No,
sway us.
honestly, I mean, like Nightmare on Elm Street, I'd watch that again. Texas
Yeah.
Chainsaw Massacre, I'm good.
So it's a personal preference type of
But
thing.
that's the
but
point.
it was scary enough
That is the point.
to where I'm
is
like, I never want to watch
you
that
don't
again.
need to.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Texas.
All right, Texas wins. That's an easy one. That's an easy
Easy
one.
peasy.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Bless. I'm sorry, I still have hiccups.
It's okay. It lasts for a while, but apologize
It
again
does.
to the
I'm
viewers.
sorry.
Next up, we have It versus Halloween.
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 I'm gonna have to choose Halloween.
yeah.
Damn, these are
Okay.
getting. It gets very easy after we talk about it for
A while.
a while. Okay, now this is where we're gonna hate each other. This is where we're gonna hate each other because
It's up to you. It's up to you, Christian, because this has been Miss Texas Chainsaw Massacre
I
all
love
night.
Texas. I love
do you
Texas.
do you love Halloween though?
No, it's
I
has
wa-
asthma.
I'm
Leave her
gonna-
alone.
I do. Calm down.
She has to do that every single time she inhales.
hilarious.
Okay. Texas. Texas.
What? You're just saying the word.
I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'll
Well,
go with Texas
let's
every
talk about it. Let's
time.
not just
Okay,
choose. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Well, this is a podcast. We need to make content out of it. We can't just choose.
do.
So, Halloween.
The best slasher movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
No.
we can all agree.
No.
Wait. Let's slow the fuck down. Slow the fuck down. It has a lot of the tropes that we see in slasher films nowadays.
Before they were tropes.
Before they were tropes, we have the final girl. We have the you have the it's dying while having sex scene, right? We have slow moving killer that somehow catches up out of nowhere.
Who doesn't love a slow moving lumbering killer?
Yeah, I don't like that voice.
I hated that voice.
We all know he's
Enough!
coming.
Stop
He's
that
not gonna
voice.
move fast
I know
because
where that voice is coming
he
from.
can't
Enough.
run.
Enough.
But he's gonna come back, and
I hate you.
we're all gonna be dead.
So
Oh
down for
my
Donald
God,
Trump to
I'm
have a
done.
horror movie podcast.
Oh, yeah. Enough. Okay.
Sorry, was that scary?
Texas
You're
Chainsaw
terrifying me.
Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
So Kate's gonna keep on saying the title
gonna
without
do it.
any examples or justification.
Here's why.
Because it's Trump's favorite movie?
No. Here's why
It's just
I
the
like
one thing
it.
you guys agree with.
So at the beginning of the movie, they are a bunch of kids trying to just go across country, fucking camp or whatever the fuck they're doing. And what I love especially is that there is no way in hell anyone watching it thinks she's gonna survive. She's chained up. She is not eating. She is at
Do
the
we think
dinner
Laurie Strode is
table.
gonna survive? Did you have that feeling?
So this is how I feel with movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there with my date watching this horror movie, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna watch a scary movie with my girl. Yeah. This is
Oh,
great.
well, lucky you have a girl.
So we're watching something like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We're watching it like this.
Yeah, man. I mean, this isn't a date movie.
But that's the point.
Whereas, I'm not going on dates with you. Whereas you're watching Halloween and you're like, oh my goodness.
Is he gonna have?
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. No,
Is it gonna
no,
happen?
no,
If
no,
you're-
you cover my eyes. I
That's
love
vanilla. That's vanilla.
Yeah, I mean because
you.
it's
That's vanilla.
Yeah.
no, both great for different reasons.
It's vanilla.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, incredible with the twists and turns in the sense that there's more than one killer. It's a family of killers.
It's a family.
Halloween.
But it's not where's the killer coming up from. It's there's the killers.
Yeah, you're
Here
Yeah.
they
there.
are.
And that's why it's beautiful.
But that's why it's beautiful. This is why I love, and I watched Texas like 3 months ago for the first time.
Took you long enough.
I know. Well, this is my favorite part. So, like, they kind of go into a sequence where people go, like, I'm pretty sure it's her or someone else, goes up into the attic and finds grandparents, like the grandpa and grandma. And
Grandma's dead. Grandma's
dead.
dead. They're just holding on to
Well,
the corpse.
you think that both of them are dead. It's very much Norman Bates, mummified corpses. So you're like, oh my God, okay. So like grandma and grandpa are dead. And then she goes downstairs and she gets chained up by the brother who she picked up as a transient. And then she gets chained up by Leatherface and the dad who works at the gas station. So you're just like, oh my God, holy shit, everyone's in on it. Oh my God.
Well,
and then they bring down grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, bring down grandpa. And then they grab her finger and shove it into grandpa's mouth. And grandpa fucking moves. Grandpa's alive. Grandpa's not a mummified corpse. He is low key, but he is alive.
How'd that make you feel?
Blah.
Exactly. You're like, holy shit.
Can I attack this from a different angle, though?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to sympathize for Leatherface? Because I gotta say, I like Leatherface. Leatherface has... Okay, I've done extensive research specifically on the Texas
that
Chainsaw
was
Massacre.
the first time in a movie I guarantee that they put someone on a hook
Yes.
through their back.
Probably.
And that freaked everyone out. Like, there was another girl who was the main antagonist, like main character's friend, who got shoved onto a meat hook by Leatherface. That's
How'd that make you feel?
insane.
Blah.
Did you like... Wait, but
And
look,
it was from the 70s and it still made me want to gag.
Leatherface has costume changes, which I appreciate. And
Okay.
supposedly it's because of how he's feeling in the moment.
Okay.
He
get
has no
it.
true identity
Get
because his face
it.
is fucked up, so he's kind of just like a mask.
Yeah.
So that's why he's in butcher mode when we first see him, because
Okay.
he's chopping up
He's
meat.
chopping up meat. He's trying
Chopping up
to
meat.
he's trying to cook dinner.
He's in work mode. And then
Well,
when he cooks
yeah.
dinner, when he's actually cooking dinner,
Mhm.
he has this old woman outfit. It's like a gray hair.
Yeah, that's his grandma.
I guess that's his
Very
grandma.
Norman Bates.
So it's a maternal vibe. And then
Yeah.
when he goes to dinner, what's he wearing, y'all? He's wearing a blue blazer.
yeah.
It's his pretty woman outfit. It's a
Yeah.
mask with makeup on it. And that's what Michael Myers doesn't have any costume changes.
What I love
He doesn't
and
need a costume change.
But that's
All right, let's hear Greg defend Halloween right now, because I
Alright.
think we know where Kate and I are leaning
I'm
towards.
starting to get an idea of where Kate's coming from.
Just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yes. Okay, so I've admitted I'm not into torture porn.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not into
No,
I'm not
no,
into porn.
and so that is the severed head rolling down the stairs. That is the limb bleeding profusely. It is the guts on the floor.
That is not torture porn.
It's just we've got all these corpses and blood and guts, and whereas with Halloween, it's not here is the danger. It's where is the danger?
Mm-hmm.
It could be around any corner.
Yeah.
And then there's moments where it's like if you were to walk me to the door at the end of all this, it's like, all right, catch you later.
Mm-hmm.
As you're closing the door, that's when Michael Myers gets me. The audience sees that, but you don't see that.
But that's almost disappointing to me.
Well,
Why?
okay.
Because
Wait,
it's
Kate. If this wasn't going up against Texas Chainsaw Massacre, what would you have to say about Halloween? Would you say that's disappointing to you, or would you say that's so scary?
I would say it's like, yeah, that's scary, but I like Texas. Okay, here's the thing. I'm just thinking about Texas now.
I
so
know,
I can't
you're
talk
just
about
swaying
it.
over.
I can't talk about it. Sorry, Greg. Keep going.
Okay, keep going, Greg.
No. It's
You're gonna cry. It's okay. You need the
Yeah,
tissue.
so
You're so
keep
emotional.
going.
good. No.
No, keep going.
It is just such a masterpiece of the slasher genre.
Mhm.
And I mean, I think it is. It's if you were going to say if you're going to show one person one slasher movie and they're like, which one should I see? to get into the genre.
That's a lot.
I wouldn't show them Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No.
Yep, you're right. I would show Texas Chainsaw Massacre to a movie
I
buff that had
wouldn't-
never seen.
I
Texas
wouldn't
Chainsaw
show
Massacre.
Halloween either. I
So-
would show Night of the Living Dead.
As a slasher,
yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I show
And
that's,
there's
that's a different genre.
There's one slash scene in Night of the Living Dead.
Okay, like
shovel,
let's
right?
go
Yeah, the little
slasher.
girl.
Let's go slasher. Okay. What would I show someone? I would not.
Scream or Halloween are the two
Yeah.
I think
I
of.
would
Yeah.
show Scream. I would show Scream.
Wow, she's really hating on your movie, Greg.
I think it's not
sorry.
no. I know you like Halloween. I know
love
you
Halloween.
do, but I know you don't want it to win.
It's not even that I don't want it to win. It's just that it shouldn't
Wait.
win.
All right, we're gonna do the very basic head-to-head of Leatherface versus Michael
Yeah.
Myers. Then,
Oh my God! Wait, why Leatherface?
well, because now because those are the two up against each other.
Who's the iconic antagonist?
And we have to choose one. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The cook doesn't hold the chainsaw. The hitchhiker doesn't hold the
Okay.
chainsaw. Grandpa can't even hold a hammer. So it's gonna be Leatherface versus Michael Myers. Since we can't really, I mean, I know what I want, but I don't want Texas Chainsaw Massacre to have an easy win, which is why I'm letting Greg have like the podium for a long time, because I want it to be juicy. So
I shot my load with Halloween earlier in its
did.
first
Here's the
round.
thing with Leatherface versus Michael Myers is that Leatherface just goes for it. Michael thinks too much.
oh, that's I don't know if that's a good thing in a head-to-head.
Okay, but like head to head, straight up, you can think about it after the fact.
No, Michael Myers watches from afar.
No.
Michael Myers is tactical.
Michael Myers never wins.
Leatherface
if he
is
watches
emotional.
From afar,
Let's talk about it. Leatherface is
Yeah.
emotional. He cries at the dinner scene, which is why I feel bad for him, which is why I sympathize with him. And I
Absolutely.
think that he needs a friend.
yeah, he
But
does.
Michael Myers don't need no
But
friends.
Leatherface fucking goes full tilt. Like, he puts people on the butcher block. He fucking puts people on meat hooks.
But if
Michael Myers doesn't do that
Michael
shit.
Myers doesn't have to go full.
But that's the point. Is
But he
that
might have
Michael
to.
Myers... No, Michael Myers couldn't go full tilt.
Michael
Greg-
Myers doesn't have a whole kitchen
He
at
does.
his.
Yeah.
Michael
No,
Myers does not have.
he does.
Kate, please,
No,
may I have
girl,
the may I have the
go on.
podium?
Greg,
Go on.
you have the floor.
You said you don't like Trump, but you sure are using a lot of his
Enough of this
tactics.
shit voice. Enough of this shit voice. I'm done with it. Go on.
Michael Myers does not have a whole kitchen or family to support his lust for violence. He is using a
Where
knife.
is he living? Where is he living?
He's using a knife or whatever is on hand. He's a traveler.
So he does
he's playing,
not-
He's playing the away game. He does not have home field advantage.
Okay, but
You're
like
right.
he doesn't have a
good.
fucking kitchen?
No, wait. Michael Myers does
He
play the away
escaped from
game.
an asylum
An asylum where they all just killed themselves.
a psycho asylum. I can't talk
That
right
has
now.
a kitchen.
You know what? You're right. Texas wins.
Wait, no. Let's calm down. I want to instigate more.
Okay.
There is skill.
Girl, watch Girl Interrupted. Tell me you fucking feel the same about these goddamn horror movies, okay?
All right.
Ain't nothing about it.
So Michael Myers goes to a full-on neighborhood
Yeah.
where people know the layout of
Girl
the house.
Interrupted, though.
You want to talk about Girl Interrupted for a little bit?
I do, low key. Okay.
Wait, no, I didn't. That was an invitation to do so. It was just
Okay,
a
go
question.
on.
And Leatherface, these people stumble upon his place. He knows where everything is.
They
Yeah.
fall into the pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has home advantage.
Okay. But why aren't we talking about Silence of the Lambs?
Because it's not on the bracket. That's more of a psychological.
It's not.
It's so
it's a thrill. It's a
good.
thriller. It's not a slasher.
Yeah.
It is a slasher, low key.
Someone gets slashed, but
Are
it
you
doesn't
sure?
necessarily.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what.
Not
I
slasher
disagree.
in terms. You're right. It's not slasher in terms of people like dying and feeling like, but people get fucking skinned in it, and
Yeah.
I love Silence of the Lambs. Oh, damn.
Kate,
What?
were you ever on the debate team?
No.
Because I feel like you would say, "Hi, I'm Kate Pursley. I win." You
But,
come
like,
here and you just say the
okay.
title of the movie 20 times.
But like, here's why I love Silence of the Lambs.
This is
and
not
I
on the list.
Talking
It's not on
about.
the list.
It's not even. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we'll keep going.
I
It's
think
fine.
I honestly
If you want to talk to me about Silence of the Lambs,
Jeez Louise.
go on Instagram. Anyways, go on.
Kate's confused, man.
I think Halloween
I'm
is
not
both
a-
a great movie, just as if you want to get down to the critical basis, like on like a Rotten Tomatoes rating.
Yeah.
I think it is an absolutely great movie in that regards. It's also both movies are stand-ups in the low budget category
Yeah.
Yeah.
for what they had available to them. But I think as far as what is the shining blade covered in blood example of the slasher genre, I gotta go Halloween.
All right. Halloween from
Wait.
Greg.
That's
Okay,
it, yeah.
Halloween versus
It's still the same.
Texas.
Girl interrupted.
Texas. Okay, I'm gonna go Texas.
All right. Texas Chainsaw Massacre from Kate. Halloween from Greg.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm the tiebreaker. And it might seem obvious to the viewers what
Don't you
I like
dare.
more. And I really like Texas Chainsaw Massacre more.
Don't you dare.
But this is why I was talking about it with you guys
I'm
extensively.
gonna be pissed.
I wanted to be swayed, and Greg proved a very good point.
How?
I will have you know, I interrupted him the whole time. How?
It's because
Texas Chainsaw. We're gonna watch it.
Did you not hear her say it?
No.
yeah, no,
We're gonna
she
watch
said
it
the title.
tonight. We're gonna watch it
watching it
tonight,
tonight.
and
Okay,
we're
well-
gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. No.
okay, wait, I didn't even say shit yet. I want to give the reasons as to why I'm going to choose what I'm going to choose. Because Greg said, yes, if this bracket is about classic slasher horror movies, we're thinking about what kind of
Texas?
feel. What the feel.
Let him finish.
You can't
You're
cuddle up.
just upset because you won.
You could
Nothing
make
has
out
been
with
said.
your date to watching Halloween.
Texas.
You can't make it's
Yes, you could make out with someone with Texas.
It's hard to make out when people
Yeah,
are barfing
you
into your
can.
mouth.
You're lying. You're lying. Oh my god, you're lying.
But if it's
No.
kind of sexy. Kind of sexy.
I'm sorry. No, if you're basing this off of who can I fuck and who can I not?
I'm not basing it off
Who
of
can
that.
I fucking make out with and who can I not?
Bro, you're about to get canceled.
I'm sorry, you're fucked up. You're fucked up.
What did I do? I let
You're
you.
fucked up.
I bring you to my home.
No, you're lying.
I give you drink.
I don't care.
I give you water.
Don't play Filipino on me,
That's
okay?
not Filipino.
You're fucking lying.
I was doing Armenian. I don't know. I was doing some sort of like.
Liar. Here's why I think
I
that
thought it was
Texas
Italian.
Chainsaw.
Thank you.
What can you make out to as a fucking horror
That was
movie?
just one factor for the argument.
Let's go with the win. Okay, what could you make out to? Clue,
But
girl.
also, I'm talking about classic
else could
horror
you-
movie
no,
tropes.
no.
Kate, you gotta let him finish.
Classic horror movie tropes were established by Halloween more so.
No, girl.
And this is the classic horror slasher movie bracket.
Halloween.
Oh, you're voting for Halloween now.
No. Halloween is your choice. For real.
I'm gonna have to give it to Halloween. I think Halloween wins this.
Oh my god. You don't want to fuck and that's okay. You don't want to fuck and that's okay.
I don't want to fucking. That's okay.
That is your choice.
Because I chose Halloween, I don't want to fuck for the rest of my life. Wait.
I don't know, girl.
Kate, where are you?
I'm in a different sphere.
Dude, I
That's a
chose
lie, that's a
Halloween because
lie,
I didn't
that's a
want
lie.
to fuck.
Okay, so like Halloween versus
Girl interrupted.
versus Clue.
Versus either way, Halloween, yes, actually.
Oh no, Clue over Halloween.
Are we getting in? No, we're not gonna do
There's
this.
3
part of the
different
bracket.
endings.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
But wait a second. Okay, Texas Chainsaw Massacre versus Halloween.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about for the past 30
I
minutes.
know, girl, but like,
Here, do you guys... Okay, I'm choosing Halloween because...
why? Okay, edit everything else out. But
no,
like,
we're keeping everything else in.
No, please don't.
Because if there were to be a poster boy
yeah,
for the company
Or girl.
that is... Poster person...
Or person.
yeah.
for the company that is slasher, then it would definitely be Mike Myers. It would definitely be
No.
Halloween. But if I wanted to go to the hipster coffee shop,
Right.
and because I like their coffee more, and it's, I think in my opinion,
Cool,
just like
amazing.
do you not like my analogy?
No, keep going.
You gotta let him finish.
I will.
Then it would, I objectively love Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. So
more
why did you
than
vote
Halloween.
against it?
Because this bracket is not necessarily about personal preference. I'm trying to see it from, what did I do? What did I do?
You lost Kate as a friend tonight.
It's because I chose Halloween and I don't want to fuck.
Yeah.
It's not about fucking. Okay?
I
I'm sorry. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a masterpiece of a film from the 70s versus Halloween.
Yeah, no, and that's what I pinned against. That's what went up against each other. And you guys said your
Okay.
pieces, and I think I was really split.
I think that people in your fan base will side with me regardless.
And that's okay. That's fine.
And that's fine. We'll be in the same fan base. You'll find me, but
You've never looked at me like that in my life.
Halloween
Why am I the
versus
villain? He could be also the
Texas
villain.
Chainsaw. This is your podcast, baby. Okay.
You're right. And I chose Halloween, girl.
Halloween versus Texas.
Well, it seems that, yeah, Halloween wins.
Chainsaw
So, Greg, let me write it
Massacre.
down in my book just to finalize that.
Halloween versus Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was great.
He says
It made it
that.
to the
He doesn't believe
championship.
it.
Guys, we did it. We got through it. Before we go, let's talk about who we dressed up as. If you are watching this on YouTube,
Yeah.
I'm Steve from Blue's Clues with a lot more melanin. And it's okay because the current Steve, once a day it happens, or like once every recording, Kate spills something
I
on my
always
carpet.
spill something. I can't
It wouldn't be a Kate episode.
You're slurping that off the carpet.
No, I'm not.
You are. You're shucking that off the carpet.
Please don't.
You are because you chose Halloween.
Yeah.
I love Halloween. I can't help it. Okay. Do you want me to put my Jackie on it?
What? You said you're
You
saying
love
so many.
Halloween.
Ah, I'm having an
Yeah, that's why we
aneurysm.
picked it.
I'm having an aneurysm.
Wait, what?
Okay, and you are Marty McFly.
I'm Marty McFly. I've done
from Back
this
to the Future.
costume probably 5 years in a row now.
Kate's an antagonist.
I'm Wednesday Addams.
You are the villain of this episode.
Yeah.
You're the villain.
Obviously. I'll behead your doll. I'll behead you. Fuck you, bitches. No, I love you. I love you so much.
She's coming at us with the relentless fashion
Yeah.
of a Mike Myers.
It's you're coming at us with the carelessness of a Leatherface.
Yeah. But I've accepted it.
But also the joie de vivre of a Chucky.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the way that you're acting at the moment, you have the coup de grace of the grandpa.
If you
From
have
Texas
a
Chainsaw
Victorian or porcelain doll, watch out. I'll behead it.
Why are you on this beheading, the doll beheading thing?
She came into the house, officer. She came into the house and she cut the head off my doll.
She got my mom's Madame Alexander collection doll specifically from 1997 from
was-
Hallmark.
It was my Portuguese princess doll.
And she took all of my Russian nesting dolls
Cut
and
the head right off him.
she ripped their heads off. This shouldn't happen like that.
Wednesday Addams beheads her doll, who's named Marie Antoinette, who is a Victorian doll. So suck my dick.
Okay.
And on that note,
To sucking Kate's dick. All right, guys. Thank you very
Sucking
much for
my
doing
dick.
this, baddies. Hopefully you enjoyed this chaotic Halloween special. We love you so much. Greg, Kate, thank you for being here. Actually, Greg,
you.
thank you
Thank you for
only.
having me.
Kate. I told you there's something about Greg's presence that makes me like not like the other person in the room.
I'm so sorry. Every time I come on, I
Me.
cause
I'm
a
such a
fight.
problem.
It's okay. Look at this.
No, it's me. We've already talked about it.
No, it's me.
Kate, when you talk to us, I'd prefer for you to look into our eyes rather than just the barrel of the camera.
Okay.
We're the real people here.
But like people are watching. What do you mean?
You're right. Okay.
Like
Say bye to the baddies, y'all. Happy Halloween.
Baddies. Christian
love you.
doesn't want to.
Bye.
Everybody drive
Christian
safe
doesn't
and make
want
good
me-
decisions.
Oh yeah.
Can't be that bad, oh, it 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 can't be that bad.